I've shown you how to do this little book cover previously, but I want to show you a couple of other techniques that you can use for creating templates. This one, if you'll remember, was created using a black layer, and I'm just going to turn everything else off that's above it, so you can see here that it's a black layer, to turn the photograph off, with some greys and that type of thing, but it is in a screen overlay mode, which means that anything where the black is will be seen through. Where we've got some sort of little grey spots here and that sort of thing, we won't be able to see completely through those. If I turn the picture on, you can very carefully see that some of that information is still seen through because it's a grey rather than a black. Now that's one way of creating templates. I'm going to show you another way of creating a file where you have multiple images on the one file. So let's just create a new file, and I want to create a photo size. So let's say it's a 10 by 8. Actually, let's make it 8 by 8 because quite often I do 8 by 8 inch books. And we're going to click on OK. Now what I want to do here is create a template that I can use on the back of one of my books. So I want to first start off by putting in a grid so I can see what's going on in there. So we go to our View menu, and we go to Show, and we go to Grid. And we can physically see what's going on that page. I also want to be able to go to my rulers because I need to be able to see how far away from everything that I am. Now you notice that I have my everything set up in inches. Been around for a while, but I've always grown up with centimetres, but the photography industry when I started was still very much an inch based system. So I'm going to start off by coming in here, and I'm just going to come across a little bit on each of these sides, so I've got around about the same distance from the top and the bottom for my layout. Now it makes it very easy for me to work out a nice little square layout on here. If I come across to here, and can you see I'm just putting some little grids in to make some squares for the back part of my book. Now I'm just using blue grids, and I'm not necessarily making them exactly perfect. I'm just lining them up reasonably well at this stage, and I'm also going to put the logo for my page in here as well. Now because I've got a grid there, I can see what's going on. First thing I'm going to do is create on new layers some individual squares. So I'm just going to come in here where I've selected my grids, and I'm going to fill those areas full of black space. And I'm putting each one of my little boxes onto a separate layer. Now that will become clear as to why I do that down the track a little bit, because each one of these is going to be a little cutout area where we'll be able to see through to make a thing called a clipping mask. So put a little square here, and we fill it with black, and a new layer, and again we just select that square there and fill it with black, new layer, and we've got two more to do. So there's one, and last one here. Okay, so I've got a nice little grid here, and I've got some little black boxes now, and I've got all these boxes in individual layers. Now what I'm going to be doing for this particular exercise is placing my images into their own layers, and then using a thing called a clipping mask to create a template for that. I'll just show you when you're placing an image, you go File, then Place. I'm going to place my logo just in the centre down the bottom here, so that I've got that already in place for my page. Now I'm using Smart Objects in here, so I can go in and change things if I want to. So there's my little logo on there, and I'm now going to populate these boxes with photographs. So let's go File, Place. I'm going to place an image into my layer. I'm going to resize this because obviously it's way too big for these boxes. I'm going to resize this so that it's going to fit, or part of it is going to fit into one of my boxes. I've got this layer right up the top here at the moment, but what I want to do is put it above the box in which I want it to go in, which happens to be the one at the bottom centre. Now once I've got it over the box that I want to put it into, I can right click on my layer, and in here we've got a thing called Create Clipping Mask. By doing that, I've put that almost like it's a see-through hole and it's underneath the mat, and you can move that picture and slide that picture around very easily. Let's do that again. So we go File, Place. We'll use another photograph. Let's have a look, perhaps this one. We slide it down to a more appropriate size, which of course we can do that afterwards if we want. And this time this is over the left hand side box there. So I'm just going to bring that above the box I want it to go into, right click on the layer, Create Clipping Mask, and again I can physically move that image around to see what's going on. Now once I've got all this set up, that grid is getting a little annoying, so I'm just going to go up to my views, and where I've got my show I can turn my grid off. I can also do it with Control Plus as the shortcut key, and you'll see I can have now able to go back and shift these images around if I wish to. Let's add another photograph in. So let's go File, Place, and I need to see which ones I'm choosing here. And let's put this one over to the side here. So I'm just holding down the Shift key while I resize this image, because I don't want it to the shape of it to change. And I find the box that I want it to go in, which is, whoops, up a bit further, that one there, and I create the clipping mask for it. You see, I can now shift that picture to however I want it to go. Now with this particular picture, instead of resizing it, I'm going to put it above that top left hand corner unresized. So I've brought my image in, and you can see I can also put it into another one if I want to, but I'm going to bring this down to this one here, and if I right click on it I can create my clipping mask, and it's physically up in this space up here. Now that in fact does look really nice, but if I want to resize it once it's in the box, I can use my Control T on the PC, and you can see the transform handles come in there, and then I can resize it and reposition it until I've got it to a space that I'm happy with, and then I click on Enter. So I can resize and rechange all of these around. Now of course the best thing about this is that I can use this template over and over again. The other thing that I use this template for, and I'll just create a new file to demonstrate this very quickly, is that sometimes I will have images in a book, or I might have a series of images that I want to use the template over and over again for, and I can put my little black box, whoops, make sure it's on a new layer. I can have a black box down here with some text down the bottom here, so let's just call this Ella, and it's not necessarily the nicest of text, so let's just find something a little bit more interesting, or a little bit more prettier, being that she's a girl.